Love in the 21st century takes many forms. Some couples choose marriage, while others build a life together without ever making it official. But what if I told you that staying unmarried could leave your partner very vulnerable when it matters the most? Without the right legal protections, everything you've built together, that means your home, your savings, even medical decisions, could be left in the hands of the law and not your loved one. So you and your partner have been together for years. You share a home, maybe you have children, you've built a life together. Then the unexpected happens. An accident, a sudden illness, or your partner becomes incapacitated or they pass away. Now ask yourself, who makes medical decisions? Who inherits the home and the assets that you two built together? Who ensures that your children are cared for? If you assume the answer is my partner, of course, well, think again. The truth is, without proper legal documentation in place, the law sees unmarried partners as legal strangers, basically. And that means your partner may be denied the right to make medical decisions for you. Your assets could go to family members instead of the person you love the most, your partner. Your children's future could be left to a court to decide. Sounds scary, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. If you're in a committed relationship but not married, here's what you need to do to protect your partner today and to protect your children and your future as well. First of all, you want to protect your home and your assets, right? That's the number one thing for a lot of people. If you and your partner own a home together, you want to make sure that both of your names are on the deed. Or better yet, you can create a will or a living trust to specify ownership and who receives it after you're gone. You can also consider doing joint tenancy, and that ensures that if something does happen to you, the home automatically transfers to the surviving partner. And that eliminates going to court or dealing with the probate court. Second thing you need to do is plan for your medical and financial decisions. No one likes to think about worst case scenarios, but imagine if your partner were in the hospital, unable to communicate, and you weren't legally allowed to make medical decisions for them or even to see them. We've all seen that in the movies. Well, it happens in real life. To prevent this, you need a durable power of attorney so your partner can manage finances if something happens to you, and a healthcare directive, also called a living will, and a healthcare power of attorney to give them the legal authority over your medical care. You also need legal guardianship documents because a power of attorney alone is usually not enough, especially when a person does not have the cognitive mind to make decisions for themselves. If you would like for me to expand on that and the difference between those, let me know in the comments and I'll do a separate video about that. Just remember that this isn't about trust. It's about legal rights. That's what it comes down to. And the third thing you can do is to make sure you provide for your children. If you have kids together, do not assume that the custody will automatically go to your partner if something happens to you at any moment now. In many cases, the court favor biological relatives, meaning a grandparent, aunt, and even a distant relative. Now, yes, if you're a parent, you have a very solid ground to fight, but who wants to go to court to have access to their children to begin with? So to prevent this, name a legal guardian in your will. If your partner isn't the biological parent, consider a legal adoption or guardianship documents to secure those rights. Remember though, your will is not effective until you pass away. So consider designated legal guardians in a separate document in the event that you're incapacitated and you haven't passed away. And then number 4, avoid dispute and probate. Without a plan, your assets could end up in court, tangled in legal battles between family members who may not have your partner's best interest at heart. Like I mentioned earlier, you may want to consider setting up a revocable living trust, which allows you to basically control who inherits your assets, keep things completely private out of the court, and avoid costly legal disputes. Because the only way these conflicts come up is usually through a court system. And if you don't allow that, it won't happen. And then make sure your bank accounts, investment accounts, and retirement accounts all have designated beneficiaries. This simple step ensures that your money goes directly to your partner without the court interference. Or you can name your trust as the beneficiary of these accounts so that your partner can also get some asset protection. And then number 5, don't forget digital assets and end-of-life wishes. In today's world, your digital life is just as important as your physical one, right? So specify who can access your online accounts, social media accounts, and financial records just in case of an emergency, and then document your funeral and burial preferences so that your loved ones are not left guessing or dealing with, unnecessary stress. I've seen this a lot with so many of my clients where someone passes away and the loved ones are fighting over how exactly they're going to bury them or the type of service to provide for them, or even as simple as what to cover them with. right? So make sure you leave your wishes for your partner so they know what to do. Now you might be thinking, this sounds complicated, but don't worry, that's where I come in. At my law firm, I don't just create legal documents. I create a comprehensive life and legacy plan designed specifically for your specific situation, whether you're married or unmarried. When you work with our firm, we'll make sure that your partner has the legal rights that you intended for them to have if something happens to you. We'll prevent family disputes and legal battles. And we will do our best to minimize taxes and avoid unnecessary court processes. Because at the end of the day, estate planning isn't just about paperwork. It's about peace of mind, right? Your love is real. Your commitment is real. Now let's make your legal protections real too. If you're interested in talking about your specific situation and taking the first step today, then schedule a free consultation with my law firm using the link in the description below, and let's build a plan that protects the people you love. So no matter what happens, they are taken care of the way you want them to, and they get a say in how you would be taken care of as well. And if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, as usual, share it with one family member and one friend so that they can also benefit from the information in this video. I'll see you next time.